No Tomorrow and PSISTORM Gaming tied up 2-2 here in the HGC 2018 Crucible. I'm Solid here with Kala. What do you think of the game so far?
They've been fantastic, explosive. We've seen so many different styles of draft. You know, we've seen macro styles, we've seen double support, we've seen super aggressive Anub Greymane style, and it's all tied up. You know, I love those stories. You hit that 2-2, it's the best of 7, so like it's just absolutely fantastic.
Well, it's time to find out what our 5th map of the series is going to be, Kala. And what were the bans again? We had Cursed Hollow?
Yes.
And Brexus?
Yes.
So that leaves us with Volskaya.
Yep.
It leaves us with Dragonshire.
Which I would love to see. I really want to see Dragonshire.
What's the 5th one? What am I missing?
It's a good question. Honestly, it's hard to remember just off the top of our heads. Tomb of the Sweater Queen, of course.
Right. But it's going to be Volskaya Foundry for Game 5. Okay. Now this is a fun map because, you know, we haven't seen an Alexstrasza yet tonight. We haven't seen a Tychus yet tonight.
True.
Both of them could be contested here. Less priority on Hanzo. Obviously, we just saw Hanzo dominate the boss damage, but
yep.
Not really as prior. You know, some teams will still run it, of course. He's still good.
Despite losing the Towers game, J-Shred looked great on the Junkrat.
Yep.
Honestly, his stacks were fantastic, and this is a map where you can run the Junkrat, get a lot of stacks, but of course, Volskaya, the nature of the game is farming those items. And, you know, Greymane, fantastic at picking up those camps, like absolutely amazing at it. Lots of geometry available as well for the Diablo, and of course, double support can work here as well, so it just depends on what style of drafts these teams want to go with, but we're pretty much open for anything here.
We do have an update, actually, from the producer that it's going to be No Tomorrow that picked the map. So first pick should be going to PSISTORM here. And that has been the trend. If you lose the game, you get first pick. It's just been the way they've been doing it tonight. So naturally, is there anything crazy they have to change in their bans? Like we've seen the constant Maiev coming out for PSISTORM Zim and the constant Medivh coming out from No Tomorrow, but beyond that, it's been pretty flexible.
Yeah. I think both of those need to stay. Perhaps one of these teams can run one of those double support Zool compositions on this map, so that's something that both of these teams need to have in the back of their brains here. Entering into this next match is so important because it puts either of these teams into a match point scenario.
That's huge for the mental game and, you know, just in general. So first pick, gonna be that Maiev once again. Medivh as well.
And I think this is good. Like, it's completely normal. Not having the Maiev here, like the angles that Maiev can find on this map are massive. You know, being able to just find the angles from mid down to the bottom for the first objective, and of course on the top side as well. Not having a lot of opportunity to escape up there, the Maiev can be just absolutely insane. So I like the removal of this hero. Big question is, what's this next one going to be? If
they don't want to face a Tyrande, I wouldn't hate seeing that ban. Yeah, okay, so they banned Tyrande because, frankly, Tyrande's really good, but it just didn't look good in their hands.
Yeah.
Haskoa did not look refined. They were not lined up on the wavelength for the Lunar Flare, and if you're missing those, that's just, it's unacceptable. You cannot win with that hero without being able to get those combos. So knowing that that's not something they want to play here, because it was a weak link, they banned it out, and I love that call.
Completely agree with you here. There's the Abathur ban as well. So No Tomorrow saying no funny business. PSISTORM electing to first pick the Whitemane again.
Yeah.
And I think it does look really good, and I think it's better here, but giving up the Yrel, giving up the Deckard is problematic.
Will we, you know, will we see them pick up the Blaze, though? They have not played any Blaze. They tend to prioritize Yrel, Dahaka, Sonya over Blaze on this team. And yeah, so far not committing to that off lane, but the Greymane and Nubarak is something that we love to see them play. They're very good with those two heroes.
I also really like them into the Yrel because you can just cocoon the Yrel.
True.
And that's what they have been doing when they have this style of composition against the Yrel. And then you just look for that instant dive. You look for those kills. And I think so far, PSISTORM Gaming, compared to last game, this is a much better draft opener considering basically equivalent circumstances.
Okay, next ban, come through. Range? No, Genji, okay. We don't see them play a ton of Genji on average. It's definitely something in their arsenal, but it's still an amazing hero on this map. The rotations are so swift. Can't knock it for sure.
This next ban here. You know, banning the likes of a like a Blaze or a Diablo. Yeah, so the Diablo is the choice instead. Diablo is good on this map because you can really run any of his level 1s and still be powerful. You can run the Devil's Due because the lane is so close. You can always dip in and grab those globes. But again, Feast on Fear, probably the preferred talent choice here. No Tomorrow. You know, you see this in Noob and Greymane. You're mentioning something along the lines of a Tychus. What's it going to be? Like, I thought the Li Ming looked good too, and it might be even better against this Anub to stop his cocoons from being powerful.
I think a Rainer in the Blaze, so this is going to be, again, Blaze main tank. I do like the Rainer versus the Greymane. I think it works out pretty well in a lot of situations, but I'm almost surprised they picked it up that fast. Is that last pick going to be maybe a Cassia to go with this? I think that's a possibility. Could be,
or a mage of some sorts, again, just to try to poke down the members of PSISTORM Gaming. They need an off lane here. Dahaka is available, not something we see too often. Could be the Sonya instead. Find out here. Malthael and Gul'dan, that is certainly not what I would have expected.
Have we seen them? I mean, I'm sure we've seen them play Malthael before, but it's absolutely a surprise for me. And cool, I want to see the adjustments made for them. This is definitely a little bit different than what I would have expected, probably different than No Tomorrow had anticipated for the off lane. Final pick.
This last pickup, I think it's got to be a mage.
Yeah, I'd like the Li Ming again, honestly.
Yeah, me too. But it's going to be Phoenix instead, so this double backline auto attack style from No Tomorrow. Very little access to the Gul'dan.
Yeah, very little indeed. I mean, sure, you've got the Hyperion, you've got the Salvo to go in and try to just get some flat damage, but you have no great way to dive in and deal the damage other than Urel, and we're going to see that Cocoon used consistently to give Gul'dan the space he needs. Compositionally, looking at this, Kala, I mean, I actually loved the draft that we have here for PSISTORM.
Yeah, I like it as well. We've seen them be successful with a similar style. We are seeing an Artanis on here? What does that mean?
I don't think that's correct.
He looks great, though.
Yeah, he's so attractive.
Is such a nice
Best
boy.
Zealot.
Yeah, such a good guy. But the Gul'dan, again, very little access. The only real thing that No Tomorrow have is the availability with the Deckard Cain, so we got to be watching out for that one.
Tied up 2-2 in this series, and PSISTORM had the explosive start. Like, looking at today, if you missed EU, check out those games. They were insane, by the way. But, like, you know, this has been an explosive day for the Open Division teams. But now that we're tied up, it's basically a normal best-of-3 series with a weird map pool left for our players. Let's introduce our team in blue.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have No Tomorrow. It's Tomster on Phoenix, Casanova playing that Blaze, Jin on Urel, Akaface on Deckard Cain, and Jay Schritt playing the Rainer.
Their opponents in the red corner, PSISTORM Gaming. Elaheim going to be playing that support white main once again, stronger. The main tank rocking a new Brachiscoa. Rolling in there with Greymane and Avir. Going to be the off lane of Malthael and NSJ on Gul'dan.
Fear the Reaper, the level 1 talent of choice here for the Malthael. So not going to have that Pale Horse, not going to have that double soak as strong. Aside from that, basically everything pretty normal. There's that viciousness. Corruption build for Gul'dan, looking to stack that one up. And of course, given this map, you can stack it up so very well on the first objective just because of the nature of the objective.
It's very true. We've seen like 4-minute completions happen before, which is just insane and shouldn't happen, but has happened in the Open Division. Okay, so Clemency, nothing crazy for the talents here. And Avir.
It's top lane focus again from No Tomorrow, just looking to mix it up. You know, and I think it's strong on twofold. One, you put PSISTORM Gaming on their toes. Two, you reduce the amount of heroes that Gul'dan has access to so that you can stop those stacks from coming through. Even -1 to 5 stacks on this Gul'dan is still something. You know, getting that power spike as late as possible for your opponent in Gul'dan, I think, is a fantastic choice if you're No Tomorrow. And look at that.
We're talking about this being a game of controlling the items, and the neutral camp is, well, the hardest one to get safely. They scoop it up while the item camp was picked up on the bottom right-hand side.
That is such a massive play. No Tomorrow. Just expect the predictability of PSISTORM Gaming. Expect them to be on that fortification camp. and they get it for free. Up 2 items for no reason is just, or sorry, up 8 item, up that support camp for absolutely no reason, aside from just out macroing your opponents, is tragic if you're PSISTORM Gaming.
It can mean all the difference in this early fight. We do see a good juke there from Hisagawa getting out of the route. Should be able to just back away to safety. As I was actually quite worried about him, but the Worgen form worked out.
Tomster actually just warping in there to stop NSJ from getting away, but...
he got a free tower, though. That's quite nice.
Yep. Nice job by NSJ to at least get something off of that rotation from No Tomorrow to the bottom side. Now Siege Camp is started up by PSISTORM Gaming right now. Aside from that, fairly kind of slow early game, but they're going to hold on to this one because you want it running. I just lied to everybody's faces.
They thought about it.
I mean, it starts spawning at 2 minutes 30 seconds, so it makes sense if they capped it right away. But usually the later the better. Find out here. They're going to use this extra time that they bought by pre-capping, knowing that a member of No Tomorrow is on their own Siege Camp to get this bottom side wall. So at least PSISTORM Gaming are doing something about it.
Yeah, getting a single tower would definitely be good for them here. Just kind of weaken the defenses, allow the minions to become more of a threat too in the latter half. I think Malthus will be able to push this a little bit more effectively than the Phoenix in that top lane, but the Jet Propulsion connecting on NSJ. This is going to just be a flat kill. Well done there from Casanova, capitalizing on the Gul'dan solo situation as you can tower dive a little bit.
Yeah, found the slow, found the kill, and that's huge because now No Tomorrow gets to step up and start this cap. And as we know about this objective is you actually have to take your opponents off it completely in order to stop that channeling from coming through. So No Tomorrow with the power plays here in the early game. Up an item and up a kill. Jake, that's actually so huge for very little reason aside from just out rotating.
Yeah, they're committing a ton of resources to try to get a kill onto Phoenix in the top lane, but Tomster knows better than to step out. It is just not worth the 1 or 2 minions of soak he might be missing right now. So he's just going to play safe until he gets eyes on the enemy team. Level 7 still needed here for PSISTORM Gaming before they can actually contest the point. 62% already collected there for No Tomorrow.
Stronger now stepping in. Those potions, though, from Decker Kane are a problem here. Bunch of stacks come through. Casanova in a lot of trouble. Finds the Jet Propulsion to stop the aggression from PSISTORM from coming through. And the sustain from the item is there, Jake.
It made all the difference. It really did. And now that Jin's turning around trying to find some big damage, does get many of the members super low. Stronger dives in by himself, has to use that burrow charge back at home. 88% right now. They did lose progression for a moment, so it does slow things down, but does it matter? Right now, Elheim is getting some big heals out, so we might be able to see PSISTORM contest this.
And they're on here. Overtime has proc. Tomster doing so much damage with that Arsenal synergy. Globe Beam picked up here for PSISTORM Gaming as well to just give a little bit more sustain. And bottom lane is pushed in for No Tomorrow, so they'll step off for a moment knowing that PSISTORM Gaming just missed an entire minion wave plus on the bottom side.
Yeah. Now the experience is starting to add up. Tomster's shields are gone. I actually saw the Gillian cocktail prioritized on the minion wave, which...
That's it.
Yeah, okay, with the turrets, just too much.
No Tomorrow with the first Triglav Protector of the game immediately onto this mid wall, clearing that one up, picking up as much experience as possible. NSJ just trying to continue to stack up that E onto the Triglav. But already a little bit of damage being dealt. Elheim needs to be a bit careful here. Meanwhile, top is being pushed in as well by No Tomorrow. It's just constantly pushing in these waves, getting experience everywhere. It's an interesting rotation.
Yeah, Enavir is in a rough spot here. Getting away from Jeshute is not going to be an easy task. Mounts up, trying to get the self-sustain in there. Almost works out, but yeah, Mountveil does go down. Meanwhile, top lane, Greymane diving in. Tomster is the target.
Stronger trying to get this kill. Hiskwa using that disengage to just get a little bit further, but is worried about this Triglav, and justifiably so. Meanwhile, bottom lane is pushing in too. They're pinging. Tomster is a wizard here. Elheim is taking a bunch of damage. And now he comes back and gets the kill on a white main. Level 10's here, locked in for No Tomorrow.
Outplayed right now, No Tomorrow. They've got the number of PSISTORM, but they do end up losing Tomster. 3-1 in terms of kills. Triglav took out, what, 2 walls?
Yep. Mid and bottom. Meanwhile, sorry, a mid and top. Meanwhile, bottom was pushed in relentlessly by Jshvid and Jin. So another wall and half of this fort going down as well. Enavir now back. Just stop the advance, but No Tomorrow in a calculated early game are up so much structurally.
Full level lead. Heroic advantage in their favor right now. I mean, obviously, we got to talk about Echo's corruption. That's always a big part of the power. That's halfway done, 20 out of 40. shots, but if this support camp gets picked up for free again, Stronger now scouting it out. We need to see the response, but they're still working on the fortification camp in the bottom right corner. That's 3 members committed, conceding this for free. Yep. They didn't quite have 10 in line to just go in and defend it, and that's rough.
I think it would have been smarter to instead just clear out mid-wave, get that level 10, and then contest it. But PSISTORM Gaming just willing to go down these items, which is a problem.
They're trying to go doubles?
Yep, this bottom side is started up by Enavir, finds Akaface.
Okay, that's what they need. This kill with the last rights going down, picked up on Akaface. Absolutely huge right now for PSISTORM.
Akaface was in space there, just in the middle of the team of PSISTORM Gaming, but looks like No Tomorrow aren't done despite being down to support. Enavir taking a massive amount of damage. Here comes the salvo there, getting huge value.
I don't believe it. That's just like, they did not care. No support, no problem. Walking in, the positioning of PSISTORM was, we have won. We're trying to leave. You're gonna concede the fight. It just kind of did not look like they were ready for a team fight, and it cost them 2 members and the camp.
And they used like all of their heroics beforehand, so No Tomorrow knew that if they took this fight, yes, they were down numbers, but they had every ability, and they found the flank, they found the victory, which is huge. Look at this level deficit, Jake.
It's huge. I really thought that killing Akaface was their way back in, but clearly not, as we see the mid fort taking a decent bit of damage. Obviously, bottom's pushing in their favor, and level 13 is about to come online.
Malthael represented bottom, just clearing out the wave. Same with Blaze on the top side. Next objective will be top. And right now, PSISTORM Gaming do not reasonably have the talent tier in order to even contest this. So it's going to be super difficult. No Tomorrow wiggle to step up, set up all of their potions, like control the zone completely. PSISTORM Gaming need to like mount a push down bottom, take a wall, do something more, because they cannot fight down a talent tier.
No, it's too tough right now. Free fort, push down here, because again, we mentioned that soak is imperative right now for PSISTORM to get that, so they really cannot respond the way they'd like to. Corruption at 27 now, getting a little bit of damage on Jay Shrite in the mid lane there. In bottom lane, this wall would be really nice if they can take down the towers.
Yep, starting on it, and meanwhile the top channel is there for No Tomorrow, so Jin and team do need to be careful. Gul'dan hasn't quite shown up top yet, unless he did on the minion wave, I'm not 100% sure, but he is here to contest the Blaze.
He's going to get that top lane soak, but Phoenix just picked up the siege camp, which are marching up through the top lane.
That wall was so important, Jake, because now the experience you get from capping this fortification camp is going to be enough, plus this mid wave, which is coming through from Stronger just being represented there, is going to get them to level 13, so they can actually contest this objective now.
Yeah, time is short though. You know, the siege camp, Gul'dan's trying to clean it up, stepping up in the process. However, Big Impale going in onto Jin and Topster. 90% on the point. They burrow forward. Enavir needs to step up anything. Maybe drop that turret right now, but doesn't even matter because the control is just too good. And they were close to being able to contest, but no dice.
I believe that fear didn't get any value there. And yeah, PSISTORM Gaming just were not fast enough. So No Tomorrow just get this protector completely for free, despite the fact that PSISTORM actually found that talent tier, and now it doesn't get any better. No Tomorrow are going to pick up this fort, pick up a wall, get to level 16, and then all of a sudden, you're down 3 levels and another talent tier, and you're basically just put back into the same position that you were beforehand. Stronger sitting in this flank looking...
Malthael's in mid, and he doesn't have Unapale Horse. It's not really the fastest rotation. We have no Cocoon available for another 20 seconds. Triglav is still very healthy, tearing through the keep wall. Malthael now coming up. They find Jin. Can't really do anything to him. Big damage on Nisco and Elaheim.
And this is going to be the keep here for No Tomorrow, pushing in. The disable not quite there, but it doesn't matter because the damage of this keep is fairly irrelevant when it comes to the situation here. And level 16 now to 13. No Tomorrow with a commanding presence in this game.
This is by far the biggest lead we've seen in this series so far. And it's really just looking like No Tomorrow, their adjustments in their composition, and just their mental state is just way stronger than it was in game 1 and 2.
They're used to very frequently going into these, best of 5 series in the HGC against the best teams in the region. So, going up against something like PSISTORM, which may or may not be HGC level in their opinion, they're used to it. You know, they're used to going down games and still hanging on to their mentality and climbing through and fighting back. So they're absolutely used to these circumstances. You know, going down 2 games, while is a bit of a problem, going down 3 is the real situation. And they stop that from happening. They climb back 2 games. Now we're sitting at a 2-2 tie. And no Tomorrow, as you mentioned, they just look like they're confident.
What? Okay, we're seeing some structure damage here for PSISTORM Gaming. They're a team that we've seen just scrap back, even down 1 to 2 levels in the late game. They definitely have that potential, but Stronger is taking a ton of damage, forced to burrow away. That really denies any kind of a turnaround situation right now. Even the cleanse coming through just to make sure NSJ doesn't get caught by anything weird during their retreat. Not a single fort has been taken down by them yet, and they're down a keep. So if they manage to win a team fight, their opportunities to get a lot of experience quickly do exist.
PSISTORM need to find level 16 if they have any hopes at securing victory in this game, because if they lose another Triglav Protector, top lane is open, Jake. They could stack a siege camp with the Triglav, be up the talent tier, and just look to end the game. If kills come through, that just makes matters worse.
Yeah, that's very true. We just saw the triple turrets on them right now, right? That's rough. Items on every single player on the screen right now. Maybe Blaze has one too. Yes, they literally have items on the entire team. 2 support camps, 3 turrets, and a 3-level lead. That is just disgusting.
In-game shop. All definitions of it here. Yeah, for No Tomorrow. Items across the board. Super terrifying to see that, because not only is it hard going up against big level leads because of the stats that are provided, but playing against that many items makes things actually like 10 times harder. Like the items on this map are so powerful. Level 16 is now coming through for PSISTORM Gaming. This is their opportunity. Even if they just force something and get an item or 2, that's worth it. You can back off, you can reassess the scenario, but I feel like No Tomorrow are too smart to have that happen.
Yeah.
And now No Tomorrow are closing in on the 20 mark. Still a little bit away, but...
We just saw a 2-person split off. It was an Uberak and Grayman in the top lane, and they managed to get a wall, and that's it. And that's just kind of the situation where we're in, where it's just... Without winning a team fight, which is going to be extremely difficult, this game is just nigh impossible to win for PSISTORM. They can do it. They just need to win this next fight.
Gul'dan just finishing that corruption right now. NSJ has to be careful.
16 is when it matters the most, though, right?
Absolutely agree.
So
that's a power spike.
Better late than never.
Jin taking some damage there, but has the potions. Cap started here, Enavir on the point. So the members of No Tomorrow actually do have to force all members of PSISTORM Gaming off the point, which they have just successfully done. But the contest is here, folks. Can PSISTORM Gaming find their way back in this game?
Jin taking a bit of poke. You see Enavir wanting to step up, continue to press the issue.
Top push too.
Okay, Tomster blinking away. We do see the Hyperion going in. Big damage on NSJ. Oh my goodness. It's just so much as Malphil gets melted. Stronger gets the cocoon onto Phoenix, but does it matter? The rest of the team marching forward. Hiskoa completely separated. You see the ping going in, but the burrow buying some space for him, allowing him to get out. Stronger, however, is just too deep as a result, and that's 2 for nothing. 20 around the corner. Top
push is there as well, so members of PSISTORM do need to back off and make sure they clear that, which is exactly what we're happening. Another item going over to No Tomorrow. Objective here, level 20s on the horizon, and No Tomorrow have everything that they need to conclude this game and put themselves in match point in this best-of-7.
Right now, yeah, No Tomorrow in the driver's seat. 80% on the Triglav. They're going to get the keep down before that is even relevant. Did they use any of their items? Yes, just one. Jay Shrite dropped his item in the last fight, but they have all of the cards in their hand. Playing safe, backing up to the Triglav. We should see them march forward and look to force the team fight, and then hopefully, for them, they can just end the game.
PSISTORM's last chance. Playing against this 20 Triglav, it's so hard to stop this from coming through. You have so many items as well. Jin getting chased down by Enavir.
Okay,
needs to find a big blast right. Tomster taking so much damage. There's the last rights. The fear comes through, and Phoenix is down.
That's what they needed. Jin is super low as well. Cocoon keeping Decker Keen out of the equation for a moment. Akaface in the front. We see the turrets being dropped in there. Trigger Protector, people dropping out of it to make sure they can swap the emphasis. Bunker was also used, but we see Blaze and Rainer marching towards the core right now. Decker Kane gets blown up before it can use that stay a while and listen. And Jin is also in a tough spot here. The PSISTORM need to deal with the Trigger Lob. They need to leave Jin alone.
Jin goes down, Triglav at 90% health. The core health shields are starting to drop at this point, 95%. PSISTORM Gaming, can they stop this from happening? I don't think so, because still the members are there. Can they get the bunker as well? It actually looks quite reasonable.
Bunker's gone, they already used it. So without that, maybe they can hold it. Hyperion is going to make it tough, but the Impale is so big, and they hold on to this game. That catapult, yeah, they're a problem. Oh no!
2%. The Hyperion stopped. Oh! The RNG is there, 2%. It's a milky core, Jake. PSISTORM Gaming hang on to it, but is it enough? They're still not level 20.
They have not destroyed a fort yet.
I know, they have nothing, absolutely nothing. No Tomorrow can literally just run it down at this core and get the shields down
with that bunker.
Exactly.
And just...
But PSISTORM Gaming, if they control these waves, if they control these items...
There's a chance.
So you're telling me there's a chance.
But it's a small one, very small one. Small boy, 2% HP on the core. Oh my goodness. Beautiful hold regardless, but...
I mean, what a play by PSISTORM Gaming.
Yeah.
Finding the 19 to 20 against a protector like that, that's insane. The fact that PSISTORM actually found those kills was unbelievable. Huge plays by PSISTORM Gaming, but the big question, folks, is it enough? Items on the side of PSISTORM Gaming now.
They're picking him up. Gul'dan's dealing with the top lane. Going to look to get the siege camp as well as we speak. 20 to 20, dead even experience. The kills 7 to 7. I mean, there's a lot of things that look even except the core HP.
And no Abathur here. No Mule to heal that one back up. That's tough, right? And you have this constant pressure from the bottom side of the map.
Hey, if they get this fight over the support camp, that is like literally the best case scenario for PSISTORM Gaming.
Yeah, you need fast plays because top and bottom are relentlessly pushing in.
If they manage to take a team fight here and then push down mid lane,
you also have to be so careful. You can't let these Katas push in like at all. Look at bottom.
No, one hit, you're dead. Once the shields go down, of course, but okay. Anavir trying to force the fight. He's not even trying to get the support camp. He's trying to force them out of their shadows and get in. It's a big burrow onto the back lane, looking for the kill. Onto that Phoenix. The last rights crashes in, but the damage on everyone else in the front is so high. Down goes Malthael. Haskoa is super low. Burrow charge away from from Stronger, but it's not enough.
That's it.
That's so much from the salvo, and that's going to be a 3-2 lead.
Beautiful
for No Tomorrow.
Stay a while there to set up everything for No Tomorrow, basically off of the engagement of PSISTORM Gaming. Valiant attempt there by PSISTORM. Huge, actually, defense, but it was not enough. No Tomorrow with the clutch team fight there. Looking to pick up a kill on Anavir, though it does not matter because that 2% core is going to melt.
Super well played by No Tomorrow, though. They are looking fantastic. This Blaze Urel combo has spelled the difference. In fact, has Urel been the biggest factor here? Has Urel won all 5 games?
I know she definitely is the biggest factor. Like, she's so oppressive. She's super powerful, always providing the armor for her allies, nigh unkillable in most scenarios. Like, look at, like, even just her damage numbers, and I know that, you know, numbers aren't the craziest thing in the world, but the fact that Urel out-damaged Phoenix, like, and she's also unkillable and also has an unlimited mana bar, and like, it's crazy.
Compounding factors, yeah. Jin also just in general playing out of his mind today. We've seen phenomenal play on the Malthael and the Urel. It doesn't matter, but yeah, we've consistently seen PSISTORM go first pick healer, first pick for Elahai every single game, and it's just not working out for them.
Yep. The biggest part that game, I would say, was just PSISTORM got outplayed during the early game. Yep. They were predictable in their fortification camp, and that allowed No Tomorrow to rotate into the top lane and take out that support camp for free, completely free.
Which ended up saving Blaze's life during the fight, and it's one thing after another.
Exactly. Yeah. That map is very snowbally. You get that first objective, you can take 2 walls, and all of a sudden you're up a level. You still have items at your expense. Like, it's so powerful.
Yeah. And I mean, that was just beautiful control by No Tomorrow, though. They played wonderfully. Obviously, the core throw did look a little bit suspect at the 2%, but it's 2%, right? In Europe, that means that you're probably going to lose the game. In North America, not as likely because our core throws, I don't know, they seem to get away with it more often than less. But now it's 3-2. 3-2 for No Tomorrow, looking to retain their spot with one more win. But PSISTORM, they're not out of it yet.
Definitely not. One more is all that No Tomorrow needs, but we've seen PSISTORM take 2 games without any contest. Let's see if they can do it right here.